So good evening students, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to discuss GST. GST, goods and services tax. It is a portion from accountancy HS first year syllabus. Okay, so under GST you are required to know the meaning of GST, the characteristics of GST and the advantages of GST. So GST, what do you mean by GST? GST means goods and services tax. Tax on goods and services sold. So nowadays what happened, whenever we go to purchase anything from a shop, we have to pay tax. That is GST. So GST is what? It is a tax on goods and services. Now we go to beauty parlors, and we want service from them, we have to pay GST. So that is GST. It's a tax. What kind of tax it is? It is an indirect tax. And before the there are two kinds of taxes. One is direct tax, another one is indirect tax. So income tax is a direct tax. So income tax nowadays it's like as it was before. But indirect taxes, what was the list of indirect taxes we had previously? With central excise duty, customs duty, service tax, then entertainment tax, octroi duty, then customs duty, then central excise tax, and many more. Lottery tax, entry tax, many more. So all these taxes are subsumed, and GST came into effect. So GST is very important. You should know what is GST. Here you see I have written the meaning of GST, the characteristics and the advantages. GST, goods and services tax, is an indirect tax imposed on the supply of goods and services. So it's an indirect tax and it is imposed on the supply of goods and services. So here are the characteristics. You just see GST is a multi-stage tax. Now why GST is called a multi-stage tax? Because it is the burden of GST taxation is carried by everyone, by every hands. Like a product, is manufactured by a company. Now that product will be sold, to whom? To a wholesaler. So wholesaler will purchase the product from the company by paying GST. Then again the wholesaler will sell the product to the retailer. So now retailer is going to pay GST to the wholesaler. Now again retailer will sell the goods or the item to the ultimate consumer. So the consumer is now going to pay GST to the retailer. So GST is paid in every stage, yes or no? Right from the company, to the wholesaler, then retailer and then consumer. You see here. This is just a rough, rough work. I'm just, in order to explain you, I'm writing company, then wholesaler, then retailer, and then consumer. So everyone has to pay taxes. Everyone has to pay GST, that is indirect tax, starting from wholesaler, then retailer and then consumer. And the company is going to pay the whole amount of GST to the government. Okay, to the government. The company is going to pay the GST to the government. That is why it is said multi-stage tax, because it is paid by, okay, wholesalers, retailers, consumers. Okay, that's why it said multi-stage tax. Then you see GST is a destination oriented tax imposed on every value addition. Okay, why it is called destination based tax? Now we go to a shop, okay, we purchase a commodity, there we pay GST. Now that GST will be imposed on us, okay, on the destination, okay, or the place where from we are purchasing the product. Like we are residing in Guwahati, so we go to a shop, we purchase anything, we are paying GST. Yes or no? So we pay GST of Guwahati, not of Delhi or Bombay. Okay, so wherever we are residing, we are paying GST of that particular place. That is why it is said GST is a destination oriented tax. Okay, imposed on every value addition. Okay, value addition means wholesaler is purchasing the product from the company at a price, then again it is adding some portion of profit and selling it to retailer. Retailer is again adding some portion of profit to the product and selling the product to the ultimate consumer. So at every stage, okay, there is value addition of the product. Yes or no? And on that value addition, GST is paid. Okay, so it is said destination oriented tax because it is paid on the very place where the ultimate consumer is staying. Okay, not of any other place. GST. Okay, we are residing in Guwahati. So we are going to pay, okay, GST of Guwahati, not of Delhi, Bombay, Kolkata, etc. Got it? So that is said in point number 2, that is destination oriented tax. Then you see point number C, what is said? GST has replaced multiple indirect taxes including VAT, excise duty, service taxes, etc. So some of the taxes which has been subsumed by GST are VAT, excise duty, service taxes, etc. Okay, there are many more. Okay, you just write these 3. Then you see GST is a one nation, one tax. So there is now only one indirect tax. Okay, that is GST. One nation means India. Okay, one country and one tax. 5th point is it is a tax on goods and services sold domestically for consumption. So domestically means what? Within the country. Okay, it is not export of goods. Okay, when there is export of goods, the case is different. Okay, so within the country, whatever goods and services are sold, okay, so GST will be imposed on those goods and services. So it is a tax on goods and services sold domestically, means within the Indian boundary, okay, for consumption. Got it? So these are the features or characteristics of GST. 5 features I have discussed and given you. Okay. Now you come to the advantages of GST. Okay. GST simplifies the tax structure since it is one nation, one tax. So it is one nation, one tax. So the tax structure is simplified. Okay. Before various taxes were there on a single commodity. Okay, so it becomes very difficult for tax calculation purposes. Now there is only one tax, that is GST. Okay, so the tax structure is simplified. Okay, then point number 2, removes cascading, that is tax on tax effect. So what do you mean by cascading effect? It is tax on tax. So in a commodity there are number of taxes imposed, yes or no? Like central excise duty, custom duty, then VAT, then service tax, entry tax, then entertainment tax, many taxes. Okay, so it is what? like tax on tax. Okay, whatever the persons are paying, okay, taxes on that tax, again another tax is paid. Okay, so that is tax on tax, cascading effect. So that effect is removed by the introduction of GST, and only one tax, that is GST, is paid. Then you see tax burden is shared, does not lie on the same individual. This is another advantage, point number C. Here see, the tax burden is shared amongst everyone, the company, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. Okay, it is not that the burden of taxation is beared by the consumer, it's consumer only. It's not like that. Okay, it will be shared amongst everyone. Okay, like before it was excise duty, custom duty and everything the consumer has to pay. Yes or no? So that goes to the ultimate, okay, that goes to the government. Okay, whatever taxes is charged. But that is deleted. Okay, that system is removed. Okay, so tax burden is shared and does not lie on the same individual. It does not lie on the same individual, that is the consumer. It is shared. So that is an advantage of GST. Then you see ease in doing business. When there is only one tax, okay, it becomes very easier to do business. Okay, very easier to do business. Yes or no? Calculation becomes so easy. Okay, on the cost, okay, on the cost price, okay, profit margin is, okay, a profit margin is given, okay, and on that tax is calculated. Okay, GST, it may be CGST, that is Central Goods and Services Tax. It may be SGST, State Goods and Services Tax. Okay, there are classifications. Okay, so ease in doing business. It becomes very easy for the businessman to calculate taxes when there is GST. Okay, when GST was introduced. And then transparency. Transparency means what? One can have a very clear picture. Okay, one can have a very clear picture of tax calculation. Okay, that is indirect tax calculation. Okay, one can very easily see that what is the cost price, what is the profit margin, okay, and what is the indirect tax, okay, that is GST charged. Okay, there is transparency, there is clear picture, okay, of the cost system, okay, of goods and services sold. Got it? So there is transparency, clear picture of the items sold, okay, or purchased. So I hope you have understood what is GST. So it will be very clear to you if you go through the lines I have written. Okay, so thank you for today. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.